Hey guys, how you doing? Today I'm going to do a quick inbox review video of this, the Revell 1/72 scale Tornado GR.1 REF. Kit number 04619. This is an older kit, been out a while. They actually have recently brought out the bigger version, the 48 scale one, which I have right here. That's also the GR4 variant. These ones are these are bits of doctor kits, to be honest with you. They're flash, complex build, hard to get together. I have a couple I attempted of the 48 scale one. I just kind of gave up on. They're tough. I have built this kit before a few years back in the Gulf War Desert Pink kind of markings. It turned out really good in the end. There's a few little issues. I remember building it. Particular, I think the wing system, you kind of glue it in place, and also the tail, the horizontal stabilizer at the back. They really kind of flap around, so I think we'll glue those too. So my plan with this one is I'm going to kind of date it to a GR4, upgrade it. I'll talk about a little bit. Let's go down to the bench, and I'll kind of go through some of the plastic, and I'll kind of talk about what I got going on for this build. So okay, let's go down to the bench. Okay, so here we go. So again, as I mentioned, kit number 04619, the GR1 REF GR1 Tornado. I love this aircraft in real life. The camera scheme is really nice, but I really like the grey scheme. Either grey with a black nose or the lighter grey with the grey nose. So let me kind of well, first of all, these kits aren't very expensive at all. I know recently I did a review of the Great Wall Hobbies F14D. You know, that retails for like silly money, like over $60. This kit right here is less than 20. I think I paid like $16 for it. They're pretty cheap. So let's kind of open up and see what we've got going on. Well, first of all, can see some information on the box. Okay. So one bag. And instructions, like I say, it's an older kit, so it's kind of black and white, the older Revell type instructions. Open it up. As always, if you want to see more information, just pause it and you can look over it in your own time. Seats, pretty crude seats. Cockpit doesn't have bad detail. We'll see in a minute in the plastic. As all these Tornado kits all kind of build together, whether it be 48, 72nd or 32nd, they all kind of build similar way. So you put the undercarriage, fits underneath the cockpit, and then it kind of goes in the front section. You have the wings. On this scale, the wings are just up. I know it's 48 from 32nd. You can drop the flaps, but sorry, flaps are up. You can, what I've done is I'm going to get the Airways produced resin wings with the flaps and slats down. Not that much expensive, not very expensive, maybe $10–15. They are built for the Hasegawa kit, but they will fit this with some modification. You really just need to just redraw the hole and just make a few little slight changes. So this is always a challenge with these kits, is the wings, getting them in there and then get the top in, kind of sandwiched together. These are like flap around a little bit. Also back here, this was a pain last time I built this kit. The horizontal stabilizers back here, tail fins. Sorry, the horizontal stabilizers. They kind of supposed to move around, gimmicky. I'd recommend just gluing them in place. Then you just put the front nose goes with the back fuselage. Intakes. I remember rightly, these intakes fit a lot nicer in the 48 version. 48 version, nightmare to put together. These ones weren't so bad. Just take some time, dry fitting, and make sure it fit before you glue. Then undercarriage. And here you have several options. So you can see here this option. If you want wheels down, you follow this way. If you want wheels up, you do it this way. Again, wheels down. In flight. So basically, if you're doing it in flight, you just can cut the tabs off when you glue the doors and bay doors in. Canopy has the kind of canopy like stand. Refueling probe, pylons, fuel tanks. Again, loadouts, and then 9 squadron, 17 squadron, different type, tells you which type for each, which is nice. And then both of these schemes are the camo. Well, firstly, I think this is the painting, and the decals. And then here's, it gets black and white, but you can kind of get an idea. So the camo of 9 squadron back in '98. Bruggen, I thought it was longer than '98, to be honest with you. Wow. Okay, I thought Bruggen was closed not long after that. So '98. This is the camo version. This version is gets black and white. I think this is a grey. 2 types of grey. Let's see, B and D. So kind of crazy Revell color mixes. So B is greyish blue, and D is greyish blue and a touch of grey. I mean, I would never go by the Revell color schemes. Just go online, do your research, whether it be. I mean, it has all proper RF colors like camouflage grey and dark sea grey and light sea grey, all that kind of stuff. That's colors I'd use rather than trusting the Revell. So that's it, pretty straightforward. I say it comes in one thing of plastic. So one plastic bag, which is taped up. Okay, so in the bag you have the canopy. Not the clearest canopy I've ever seen, but I mean, for the scale I think it'll be fine. Then you have 1, 2, 3 sprues, and then you have a couple more sprues in a different bag inside the bag. Okay, so more clear parts. I'm guessing these are the lights. When you get to this kind of size, often I just use crystal clear. That dries clear. I mean, that's just PVA glue. Like, see white PVA glue, it dries clear. So when you just talk about like sizes of like pinheads and stuff for lights, I mean, it might be easier just to use that, to be honest with you. Okay, so let's start with some of this plastic. I'll move this to the side. So I mean, this is an older kit, and look at some details. This is really nice, refined detail. Panel lines, rivets. Instrument panels, they do have decals, but again, some raised. This scale, I mean, for me, it's going to be virtually impossible to paint that. That's way too small for me. So, I mean, I'll talk about it in a little bit. I'm actually going to go the resin route, but decal for this, you could paint it, but again, it'd be really kind of tough. Same with the cockpit. There's some nice detail in there, but I mean, you see how small it is. It's kind of tricky for me. I'm not a master hand painter, that kind of level of detail. So there you go. Upper and lower wings. So you can see it's not a huge jet, especially in 72nd scale. Each wing is just over about 3 3/4 inches long. This is the front section of the fuselage. These two sandwiched together with the cockpit in the middle. Again, some really nice detail. I'm seeing I've got some scratches and stuff on this one. That's not a problem. I can probably sand that out. Again, some really nice detail. The wings, again, really nicely done. Exhaust nozzles, again, pretty nicely detailed, especially for the scale. Again, it's tiny. You can see kind of compared to my hand how small this stuff is. Now, one thing, this is nose. This has an incorrect nose for, I mean, if you're a rivet counter or whatever, it's wrong profile. So with this kit, highly recommend a resin replacement. There's a few options. you can check online. There's 2 companies. I think SBS is one company. I think Braz does one, and then Flight Path does a detailed upset as well, which includes a resin nose. So the nose is slightly wrong for this one, so you might need to replace that. That's the only real problem with the kit. Okay, fuel tanks, and then some weapons, and then these are the fins for the different bombs. This is the underside of the wings. See, it has that mechanism where you can put wings forward and back, kind of like a Tomcat. The wings go, but I mean, it's a lot fragile. I think I just glue them in place, and I think it has a mechanism where your pylons can kind of, if I remember rightly, when you build this, you have to put some bits in here for the pylons, so the pylons can rotate as you put the wings forward and back. I remember mine snapped off, so I'm just gluing them. That was a negative kind of weak part of the kit. Wheel bay, front wheel bay, there's a little bit of detail there. Again, you look at 72nd scale, so it's not a ton. There's lovely detail here on the that's huge this big piece of flash right here on the intakes. That needs to be cut off. I'll probably just pull it off with my finger. I don't want to damage it though. That's just a bit of trash. What's that? Again, some small parts, and then some more fuel tanks. This is smaller fuel tanks. I think it had Hindenburg, larger fuel tanks and small fuel tanks. Again, some more ordnance and some pylons, and that is pretty much it. So what's my plan for this is I'm going to do a super build. It's going to be tricky because it's not really my scale, 72nd, but I'm going to give this a shot. So I want to do a GR4. So what that means basically is there's a couple of upgrades. So Freight Dog produced these little resin upgrades. So this set right here, basically the difference between a GR1 and a GR4, there's a couple of little things in the cockpit, but in this scale I wouldn't worry about that. The main thing is this pod right here. I think it's a lantern pod. So this GR4 has this, the GR1, the kit doesn't have that. So one pod makes that a GR4, and then one of the barrels, I'm not sure which side it is, but the gun barrels needs to be filled. Does it on both sides? I think it's the right side. I need to check, but I'm pretty sure you just fill that, and that's the only real difference to make it to upgrade to a GR4. What other stuff you have in this set is you have 2 of these. So you can this detail set basically do two jets, and then you can do one GR4A. Now the 4A is the reconnaissance version, which takes all the imagery and stuff. So that has this extra pod right here. You can really see that. And then I got this too, the Raptor pod. So this is what makes a GR4A. So again, the 4A is the reconnaissance. So this goes underneath the wing. I got to check. I think it's under the fuselage, but this is the camera equipment right here. So this plus 2 of those pods makes a GR4 4A. If you just want to do a GR4, then just this one out of the kit. So this is Freight Dog. These always sell out, so grab them when you can. They're not crazy expensive, but I guess you don't really get much for your money. But this is Freight Dog models. Comes from the UK. So so my first thing is I'm going to upgrade it with the Freight Dog to make it GR4. Now also I'm going to go a little crazy with this too, in terms of I'm going to add a Aries resin wheel wells, and it's not. I don't think it's completely necessary, especially in this scale. We're not really going to see it, but it wasn't that expensive, so I thought why not. Just look at the wheel wells in here. I mean, it has some detail in here. I mean, there's a couple of. I mean, not terrible by any means, but the resin ones are really nice. So I'm going to do a resin. I'm going to do resin wheel wells. I got. Then I ordered the Flight Path set, for which the detail set. So the Flight Path detail set comes with the resin nose, has some photo etch for pretty much all over the aircraft, some stuff for the cockpit. Then it has resin, fuel tanks, and weapons. That's a really nice kit from Flight Path. The website there is actually DJ Parkins, I think it's called, not Flight Path. If you Google Flight Path Tornado upset, you'll get that. So I'm doing that one, and then I got the Master Barrel pitot tube, and then also a I've also got the decals, aftermarket, GR4 and GR4A. I got a set of decals coming, and then I want to do like a little kind of diorama. So I also ordered from Flight Path some ground equipment stuff, like GSE ground support equipment, like the power, like the I can't remember what you call it, the power pack. Also ordered the photo etch ladder for it too. Again, it's going to be super tiny in this scale, but this is one of my favorite aircraft, and I tried, like I said, I tried the 48 scale one, and it's just I just struggle with that one. It kind of goes together terribly, whereas this 72nd one goes together a little bit nicer. One other thing I got too is, like I mentioned, I got the Airwave wings as well, the resin wings with the flaps and slats. So in total, so it seems pretty basic kit. So in terms of the kit, again, I'm going with the Freight Dog stuff to upgrade it. I got the Flight Path set, I got the Airwave wings, I got the Aries resin wheel wells, the Master metal pitot tube. What else? That's pretty much it. So that's kind of what I got going on. Like I say, I really love this aircraft. It's not that expensive a kit. It comes up pretty nice, and it definitely is regarded as the best GR1 or GR4 you can buy in 72nd scale. So I hope you like that review. Please stick around for some more. If any questions or comments, please put them below. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later. So have a good one. See you later.